Welcome to the Museum of Lead Mining, Wanlockhead, and our 50th anniversary in 2024. Mining the Library brings you readings from our historic miner subscription library established for a mutual improvement by the miners themselves in 1756. The library has national significance and is part of a unique group with neighbouring Lead Hills and Westerkirk. There are more than 2,500 volumes in our library. The oldest, printed is in 1615, is Gouget's The Whole Armour of God. There are books on travel, literature, history and science, books by and about women, and a whole series of periodicals, keeping readers up to date with current research, news and opinions. From this remarkable library, we have mined 5 books. Our readers will introduce each one.
Hello, my name is Judith Hewitt and I am the museum's mentor. I'm reading from a Mineralogical Description of the County of Dumfries by Robert Jameson, Regius Professor of Natural History and Keeper of the Museum in the University of Edinburgh. It was published in Edinburgh and London in 1805. The General Durham mentioned was from Muiresk in Banffshire and had returned from India after fighting in the Third Mysore War, 1790 to 1792, against Tipu Sultan. The Duke of Buccleuch would have known Durham's account of the war, with maps and plans, which was published in 1793. What a good idea to enlist the retired soldier's survey experience, as the preface explains. The Duke of Buccleuch, with his usual patriotic attention to the interests of Dumfriesshire, proposed some years ago to the landholders of the county to have a map of it made for their use, and with the approbation of His Grace Colonel, now Brigadier General Durham of Mount Annan, suggested that a mineral survey should also be made of the county in order to connect a knowledge of its fossils and internal structure with the land survey which was then carrying on by Mr. William Crawford. The meeting unanimously approved of the proposal for the mineral survey and voted their thanks to His Grace the Duke of Buccleuch for having been pleased to recommend it to their attention, and to Colonel Durham for having brought forward a plan so likely to be useful to the county. At Wanlockhead, I descended into one of the mines, into the vein called Belton Grain Vein, which at that time but lately opened. It stretches nearly north and south and dips to the east under an angle of from 60 degrees to 80 degrees. Its width is from 6 to 8 feet. The following are the appearances presented by the vein in the different places I had an opportunity of examining. I regret my observations were not sufficiently numerous to enable me to ascertain its general structure and peculiarities, and thus to determine its characters as a particular deposition or formation. In several places I observed the whole width of the vein filled with blackish-brown coloured ochre of manganese, in which fragments of greywacke, which constituted the walls of the vein, were immersed. In other places the manganese contained crystals of quartz and masses of lead glance. Lead Hills, which is but a short distance from Wanlockhead, also presents many rich veins of lead glance. Of these, the greatest and most productive is the Susanna vein. The vein stretches nearly in the direction of the valley in which it is situated, and its fall is nearly conformable with that of the mountains. Its usual breadth is about 4 feet. Several years ago, it was in one place about 14 feet wide, but this was owing to a partial enlargement, or what the miners term a belly. In this alluvial land, the only metallic mineral that has been discovered is gold. It was formerly washed for in the neighbourhood of Lead Hills, and there is no doubt it exists in alluvial land in other parts of the county. General Durham, in his table annexed to the map of the county, informs us that in the reign of James V, 300 men are said to have been employed for several summers in washing for gold, and to have collected to the amount of £100,000 sterling. Thank you for listening.
We hope you have enjoyed mining the library with us. You can visit the library as part of our museum tour. Book your tickets online at www.leadminingmuseum.co.uk or at reception when you arrive. To preserve our historic library, we are not able to allow free access, but anyone with a special research interest is welcome to contact us to discuss arrangements for access. Our contact is info@museumofleadmining.co.uk.